Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining this Healthcare Insight lesson. Today we're going to walk through everything you need to know about affordable housing wait list, what they are, how they work, and most importantly, how to navigate them successfully. Whether you're applying for the first time or you've been on a list for a while and aren't sure what to do next, this session is for you. We're going to use plain, simple language, no confusing jargon. By the end, you'll have a clear step-by-step plan you can actually use. And if you've already watched my lesson on housing vouchers explained or housing support for working families, this session builds directly on that foundation. If you haven't seen it yet, I'll remind you at the end where you can find it. Let's get started. Before we talk about waitlist, let's make sure we all understand what affordable housing actually means. Affordable housing is rental housing where the rent is set at a price that low-income families can manage. It's typically no more than 30% of your monthly household income. This is a standard that's set by the federal government. There are a few different types. Like public housing, it's owned and managed by your local housing authority. Think like government-run apartment communities. Then there's Section 8. It's called the Housing Choice Voucher Program. It's different. It gives you a voucher you can use at many private apartments, and the government pays a portion of your rent directly to the landlord. Then you have the low-income housing tax credit properties that are privately owned. Apartment buildings that have agreed to offer lower rents to income qualified renters. And eligibility for all of these programs is based on your household size, your income, and your citizenship or immigration status. Now here's the part most people find confusing. How does a wait list actually work? Think of it like a line. When a housing authority has more people who need affordable housing than they have units available, they open a wait list. People apply, they get a spot in line, and they wait until a unit becomes available for them. Step 1, the list opens. This might only happen once every few years in some cities. When you hear a list is open, act immediately. Step 2 is when you apply, and you need to have all your documents ready to go. Step 3, you get your spot, usually based on the date and time you applied. And then step 4, this is where you wait, and this can sometimes take months or years. Step 5, your name reaches the top and you're contacted for screening. The most important thing to understand is that this is a process, not an event. It takes patience, but it is absolutely working for millions of families every year. I want to set realistic expectations because this slide has some numbers that can feel discouraging at first, but knowing them actually helps you make better decisions. Most affordable housing programs have wait times between 1 and 3 years, and Section 8 vouchers commonly fall in the 3 to 7 year range. In high demand cities like New York or Los Angeles, sometimes those wait times can exceed 8 years, and in some cases it can stretch even longer. Smaller cities and rural areas usually have shorter waits because demand is lower and turnover is higher. Nationally, more than 1.5 million households are currently on public housing wait list. This is why I recommend applying to as many wait lists as you qualify for at the same time. There is no penalty for being on multiple lists. The 30% rule is your guiding benchmark. If you're spending more than 30% of your income on rent right now, affordable housing could make a meaningful difference in your financial stability and your health. These numbers come from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, which is the federal agency that oversees these programs. This slide shows you the full journey from finding a list to moving in. Let's walk through it together. First, you find open wait list. We'll talk about exactly where to look in a moment. Second, you apply immediately. Many lists close within days or even hours of opening. Third, you receive a confirmation. Save it. It has your application date and position, and you will need it. Fourth, and this is where a lot of people lose their spot, You must respond to annual notices every single year confirming you still want housing. Fifth, when your name comes up, you go through an eligibility screening, and then sixth, you move in. Every step matters. Skipping even one can start the process over from scratch. So treat every piece of mail or email from your housing authority like it's important, because it is. Let's talk about paperwork, because having the right documents ready before you apply is one of the best things you can do for yourself. You'll need government issued photo ID for every adult in the household, birth certificates for everyone, including children, Social Security cards for all household members, proof of income from the past 30 days. That could be pay stubs, Social Security benefit letters, pension statements, or a letter from your employer, bank statements from the last 2 to 3 months, your rental history, which means names and contact information for landlords you've had over the past 3 to 5 years. And if anyone in your household has a disability, bring documentation and may qualify you for a priority preference on the list. Same goes for veterans. Military service documentation can move you up the line. And here's a pro tip. Put all this info in a folder and make copies. You may be asked to submit these documents more than once over the years. This is one of my favorite slides in this deck because these mistakes are so common and so preventable. The number one mistake we see is people applying to only one wait list and then waiting years for it to move. Apply to everything you qualify for. Lists are independent of each other. Next, people move, change phone numbers, and forget to update the housing authority. If they can't reach you, your name gets removed. Number 3, missing annual recertification. Set a reminder in your phone every year to respond to your housing authority. Number 4, submitting incomplete applications. One missing field can disqualify you. Number 5, turning down the first unit offered without understanding the policy. Some housing authorities will remove you from the list if you decline without a valid reason. Avoiding these 5 mistakes can genuinely save you years of waiting. Let's make the application process as simple as possible. There's 5 steps and that's it. Step 1, you're going to find open list. The best place to check are HUD.gov, that's HUD.gov, or affordablehousingonline.com, and your local housing authority's website. You can also call them directly. Step 2, get the application. Some are online, some you have to pick up in person, and some they will mail to you. Follow the instructions exactly. Step 3, fill it out carefully using legal names, accurate dates, and honest income information. Step 4, submit it on time by the exact method required. If they want it by mail, mail it. If online, submit online. Don't assume one method works for all. Step 5, save your confirmation number and every piece of paperwork that comes with it. The application itself is not complicated. The key is just being thorough and on time. Getting on the wait list is only half the battle. Staying on it is where most people struggle. Here's what you need to do. Respond to every single notice and letter you receive, even if it looks routine. Complete your annual recertification forms every year without fail. Update your contact information every time it changes. Your address, phone number, email. Report changes in your household, like a new baby, a marriage, or a child leaving for college. Report significant income changes because these affect your eligibility or the size of unit you qualify for. And know that if your situation changes, for example, if you develop a disability or are displaced from your home, you may now qualify for a priority preference. And always keep copies of everything you send and receive. The warning at the bottom of this slide is real. Missing a single notice can end your time on the wait list, and in many cases, there is no appeal. Most housing authorities give you two ways to check where you stand on the wait list. The first one is an online portal. If your housing authority has one, this is the easiest option. You log in with your application ID or social security number, and you can see your current position, any notices sent to you, and your status. It's available anytime, and there's no hold time. The second option is calling or visiting in person. When you call, have your confirmation number ready. Ask the representative, what is my current position? Has anything been sent to me? Is there anything I need to update? My pro tip, do this at least once a year, regardless of which method you use. Even if you haven't heard from them, checking in shows you're still engaged, and it gives you a chance to update your information before a problem arises. Let's wrap up with your 6-point action plan. Write these down or screenshot this slide and share it with someone who you think might need it as well. Number 1, apply early and often. Find open wait lists as soon as they are announced and apply to multiple programs at the same time. There's no penalty for being on more than one list. Number 2, gather your documents first. Have your ID, income proof, social security cards, and your rental history ready before you apply so nothing slows you down at the last minute. Number 3, respond to every notice, no exceptions, no matter how routine the letter looks. Every piece of mail from your housing authority matters. Number 4, keep your information updated. Every change in address, phone number, income, or household size needs to be reported to your housing authority immediately. 5, check your status regularly. Contact your housing authority at least one time a year, even if you haven't heard from them. Staying engaged protects your spot. Number 6, know your rights. Fair housing laws protect you from discrimination based on race, disability, family status, and more. If you ever feel like you've been treated unfairly, contact HUD or a local fair housing organization for help. And now, before you go, if this lesson helped you, I want to make sure you know about my other lessons on housing vouchers explained and housing support for working families. You can find those lessons in all of my Healthcare Insights content on sunnyvibes.com. Just head to the Healthcare Insights section and it'll be right there waiting for you. Bookmark it and feel free to share it with anyone else that might benefit from the information. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today.